Zoe, and I go to Wheaton College. I'm a sophomore. I'm a creative writing and visual arts major, and I was at the Friends of the Hernandez this semester. So when I was in 3rd grade, I had a teacher named Mr. McDonald. And yes, that was his real name. And he was a college intern in my 3rd grade class, along with my regular 3rd grade teacher. He wasn't there for that long, but he was there long enough for me to remember that he sang a song about a raccoon with rabies, and he drew me a picture of a monster that I laminated and still have until this day. I never thought that I would understand him more than I do now. So in the beginning of my internship, I did not feel prepared. I did not feel ready for what I was embarking on. I was kind of just thrown into it. I did not know who these kids were, and I had to take them from place to place, not knowing their names. Unlucky for me, they also did not have name tags on their desks, so I could not cheat. So as time went on, I learned their names, at least most of them. And as I got to know the kids, I learned that some of them have been through things that I have never personally had to go through, like divorce and like the death of a sibling. And they started to really trust me with a lot of the things that they were going through. I also started to realize that they lost a good chunk of their childhood due to the pandemic, and this semester was their first one in person in almost 2 years. So I felt really lucky that I was one of their first experiences with a teacher-student relationship, and that I was able to build that with them. However, this also came with a host of other challenges because they didn't really have the interpersonal skills that a lot of kids at their age would normally have since they hadn't had that interaction before. I didn't really know how to handle these challenges for a while, and it was definitely difficult. A lot of my time was spent dealing with these conflicts, but after a while I did learn how to cope with this as well. The kids, like as I mentioned, they opened up to me, and being a supportive person in their life was very impactful for me, and I know it was for them as well. One of my favorite memories is one of my favorite kids, every time he saw me, he would yell my name and he would run up to me and hug me, and he would say, like, "You're my best friend." And it's moments like that that I know I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. I never thought that this guy that I met in 3rd grade would become my model for how I worked with these kids. I never thought that I would be in the same situation as him, and I never thought I would have the opportunity to make an impact on kids in this way. When you're a kid, you don't think about how things will impact you later in life. You remember the small moments, but sometimes it doesn't sink in just how much someone has touched your life and how meaningful those little moments were. For me, Mr. McDonald was an artistic inspiration who made me want to do better. He wasn't there for that long, but now 12 years later, my experience with him has helped me shape my experience here. And I hope that I will be able to continue that cycle, and that maybe in 2034, 12 years from now, one of the kids, or like some of the kids, can think about their experience with me and use that to better their own lives or to find inspiration in our experience together.